this, and let it be a sign of my presence with you.
Imagine this. One day you stand before Christ, and instead of judgment, he places something in your hand, a small white stone. On it is written a name no one else knows, a name spoken only between you and God. Not your birth name, not the label people gave you, not the name attached to your past mistakes, but the name heaven has always known you by. This moment is described in one of the most mysterious promises in the entire Bible. In Book of Revelation 2, verse 17, Jesus says, "To the one who overcomes, I will give a white stone, and on the stone a new name written that no one knows, except the one who receives it." For centuries, believers have read that verse and moved on. But what if this white stone isn't just poetic symbolism? What if it is actually a legal declaration, a divine identity, and a personal destiny written by God himself? And what if that promise isn't only about heaven someday, but about who you are meant to become right now? Today, we're uncovering the ancient secret behind the white stone, why Jesus promises you a hidden name, and how discovering it can restore your identity and purpose. By the end of this video, you may never see yourself the same way again. Let's be honest about something. Our generation is obsessed with identity. People search for it in careers, relationships, achievements, social media profiles, public approval, bossy. But here's the problem. Every identity the world gives you is fragile. Lose the job, lose the relationship, lose the reputation, and suddenly the identity collapses. Because the world assigns labels like failure, success, popular, invisible, too much, not enough. But the Bible introduces something radically different, a name that doesn't come from people, a name given directly by God. And according to Book of Revelation, that identity is symbolized by a white stone. To understand why this matters so much, we need to travel back nearly 2,000 years. When the first Christians heard this promise from Jesus, they immediately understood something modern readers often miss. In the ancient world, white stones were powerful symbols. Archaeologists have discovered objects called tesserae, small engraved stones used in several important ways. 1. A white stone meant acquittal. In ancient courts, jurors cast stones to determine a verdict. Black stone means guilty, and white stone means you are innocent. Imagine being accused of a crime, the courtroom silent. Then the verdict is cast. A white stone appears. It means you are cleared. Your record is clean. You are free. Now think about what Jesus is saying. He promises the faithful a white stone. In other words, heaven declares over you, not guilty. Your past no longer defines you. 2. A white stone was a ticket of admission. Tesserae were also used as invitation tokens. If you received one, it granted entry into special events like feasts, celebrations, and royal gatherings. Without the stone, you couldn't enter. With the stone, you belonged. So when Jesus promises a white stone, he is saying something breathtaking. You belong at the table of God. 3. A white stone could carry a name. Some tesserae had names engraved on them, a personal mark, a sign that the holder had official recognition. So when Jesus Christ promises a white stone with a new name, he's combining 3 powerful realities. You are forgiven, you are invited, you are known. But there's one detail that makes this promise even more mysterious. The name on the stone is secret. The verse says something astonishing. The name written on the stone is known only by God and the one who receives it. Why would God do that? Because a name in the Bible means identity. Think about it. When God changed someone's destiny, He often changed their name. Abram became Abraham. Jacob became Israel. Each new name represented a new calling. But the name in Book of Revelation 2, verse 17, goes even deeper. It is not public, it's personal. It represents a level of intimacy with God that cannot be stolen, manipulated, or controlled by others. In a world where everything is public, God offers an identity that is sacred and private. Your true name is not defined by the crowd. It is defined by the Creator of your soul. And that changes everything. Let's talk about something real. Many people carry labels they never chose. Maybe someone once called you unworthy, broken, disappointment, too weak, too flawed. And over time, those labels become internal voices. But the Whitestone represents something radical. It is a divine certificate of pardon. It overrides every earthly verdict, every rejection, every accusation. When Jesus Christ gives the Whitestone, he is saying, the story people wrote about you is not the final story. God writes a new name over your life, a name that reflects who you are in his purpose, not who you were in your mistakes. So how does this promise affect life right now? The Whitestone isn't just about the future, it points to your divine calling today. Think of the hidden name as your spiritual frequency, the unique way your life reflects God. No one else can carry it. No one else can replicate it. Your gifts, your passions, your convictions all point toward the identity God designed. When you begin aligning your life with that identity, you stop chasing approval. You start living with authority, because the Whitestone means your validation comes from heaven, not culture. The promise of the Whitestone is given to overcomers. But overcoming doesn't mean being perfect. It means refusing to let the world define you. It means choosing faith when culture pressures compromise. It means listening for what I call the whisper of the stone. That quiet inner conviction when God nudges you toward integrity, courage, purpose. In 2026, distractions are endless. But the more you reconnect with your identity in God, the less power those distractions have. You stop performing for the world and start living from the approval of heaven. So one day you may stand before Christ, and he places a white stone in your hand. But the deeper truth is this: your identity has already been written. Your name already exists in the heart of God. And every step of faith you take moves you closer to becoming the person that name describes. You are not just surviving life. You are being called into a destiny, and heaven already knows your name. If this message stirred something in you, take a moment and comment below. I receive the Whitestone. I read the comments and pray for many of you personally. And if you want to explore more of the hidden mysteries and powerful promises found in Scripture, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because the next video will uncover another ancient biblical mystery that most people have never noticed, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Until then, remember, the world may give you labels, but heaven has given you a name, and that name carries eternal purpose.